Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Sarpy County Board of Equalization meeting, which I got to put up here on my screen. Today is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. It's 2:01 p.m. A copy of Nebraska open meeting rules are on the north wall of the boardroom. In attendance today, we have all 5 commissioners, our county administrator, and our county clerk and register of deeds, Deb Houghtaling. Our county assessor, Dan Pittman, is here, and our county treasurer, Trace Jones. If you would, please silence your cell phones and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Consent agenda. I think there's one item on there, as I recall. Is that right?
Motion approved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Warren and second by Commissioner Klug. Discussion? Please vote if you can.
Okay.
I'll be right with you, Deb.
Okay. And Mr. Mixon, are you voting?
Well, I can't,
Could I just add it in for you too?
yes, I'm
This
yes.
time?
Yep.
Okay, so you're both an A. So how about A's 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I looked for that too. So
Yeah.
2 different tabs.
I got it. Oh, boy.
Okay, on the regular agenda, we have 2 items. And just for the record, there were 3 items on the consent agenda, so sorry about that. On the regular agenda, we have 2 items. The first item is 5.1. It was tabled from August 9th and the 16th protest hearing. Rejection of Homestead exemption for 458R for Lot 2, Jirka's Addition, Albert Allen III. Is Albert here? Okay.
Is this the one that we were waiting to get more information on?
Yeah, and we have not heard from him since last week.
Was this added late? Because I didn't see it on the agenda. I was going to ask about it, but.
No, it was
It was
tabled.
tabled.
last
Okay.
week.
Twice.
Well, I remember that, but I just didn't see it on the agenda.
Nope, it was on there.
Okay. Motion?
Motion to approve the line item, rejection of the homestead exemption.
Second.
Okay, so I have a motion by Burmeister and a second by Commissioner Klug to approve the rejection. Is that right? Okay.
So, wait. So we haven't heard from him, is Dan? We haven't heard from him, or what? Where are we at?
Yeah, I got a telephone call this morning from Mr. Allen. It said that he was not able to get his doctor to give him another note. He was trying to get an appointment with a pain management specialist to see if they see things differently. Asked me if he should show up. I never tell people not to come. I say, it's your right to come. I said, here's probably, what you'll be doing, and they'll ask you about the letter and all. And so it was kind of left up to him whether or not he'd appear.
We've not received a letter, any changes from any healthcare provider that he's been seeing, is that correct?
Not in the assessor's office.
And the clerk has nothing on file either, so.
Thank you.
And Annie, with the current documentation that we have, it doesn't meet the legal requirement, correct?
That's correct.
Any other comments? Please vote if you can. I don't have a thing.
You're not up? Are you an A?
No. No, I'm in no.
You're,
I'm voting against the motion.
okay, wait a minute, then I need to get you over here. There you go, okay. And Commissioner Mixon's on there.
I'm on there.
Okay, so you've all voted, so it's Ayes, Klugener, Meister, nays, Mixon, Kelly, and Warren. How's that?
Okay. Item 5 point,
That's just from last week, so that was a carry-on for the motion. So you're done.
are these the same tax corrections that were
Yes.
up on the top?
Yes.
Because they have different numbers. I think the ones on the top
They
were
are?
the TERC ones, right?
Right.
And these are the regular ones that came through the assessor's office, so.
Correct.
Tax corrections 17026 or 17028. Dan, anything on these?
These are lands that belong to a sanitary improvement district, and they're in an exempt use and should be tax exempt.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute.
Any questions for Dan? Motion, please.
Well, hold on, these, we're not right down here then. Is that a whole separate thing then? Because I don't have a box for them to vote.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
5.2.
1 minute. So let me see if I can do a follow-up.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, there's not, okay. Can we do this one just by hand, please? Because I don't have a voting.
I'm going to make a motion to approve.
Jim, okay, Warren, approve.
I'll second.
Second by Klug.
Okay.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Ayes 5, nays none. Thanks, guys, appreciate it.
You
I don't
bet.
know- I don't know what went wrong, something did, okay.
Okay, well, the good news is we don't have to vote again in this meeting, so.
That'd be great.
All agenda items have been addressed as published. The Board of Equalization is adjourned.
Okay, give me 1 minute to get you over here to the other one. Okay, Chairman.
Okay, welcome to the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners meeting. It's 23rd of August, 3:08. Copy of Nebraska open meeting rules are on the north wall. 5 commissioners, our county administrator and county clerk are present. Commissioners' comments and announcements. Commissioner Mixon.
Go Big Red. I got a little green on just for that purpose. Because I think they're over in Ireland or something. That-
You know, I knew because you wore green, you were for Big Red. I mean,
You know,
I was thinking that.
I am so happy you pick up on all of this. You're probably the most astute chairman I've been associated
I'm
with.
tuned in.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Okay, Dan?
Nothing, sir.
All right, great. Let's get into the consent agenda then. We've got 8 items on the consent agenda. Would any of the commissioners want to see that move, any of those move to the regular agenda? Not take a motion to approve as published.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Mixon. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none. Motion carries.
Okay. On the regular agenda today, we only have 1 item.
You're on planning right now.
No, I'm sorry. Planning and zoning, we have 3 items. They're all dealing with the same property. So I'll read them into the record. We'll have 1 public hearing on all 3 actions, but we'll vote separately on them. Okay, 5.1 is a public hearing on Resolution 223, rezoning from AG Agriculture Farming District to AGD Agriculture Development District for a subdivision to be known as Lots 1 and 2 Big Sky Acres, Sarpy County, Nebraska. This property is located south of 84th Street, just south of Platteview Road. The applicants are Lisa Edmondson and Steve Larimore. 5.2 is Resolution 224. It's a preliminary plat for the same property. And item 5.3 is Resolution 225, and it is the final plat for the Big Sky Acres. Jason Kubicek, Sarpy County Planning Department.
Thank you and good afternoon. The applicant, property owners Lisa Edmondson and Steve Larimore, are seeking approval of a rezoning preliminary and final plat for a subdivision to be known as Big Sky Acres on a 21-plus acre property generally located southwest of 84th and Platteview Road. The site contains one single-family residence with multiple accessory structures related to the horse stables on site, as well as pasture ground contained by rail fencing. The applicant is proposing to divide the property into 2 lots with the intention of selling a lot for a future single-family home. At 5.1 acres, Lot 1 is proposed to be rezoned to agricultural residential district, and Lot 2, being approximately 14.81 acres in size, is proposed to be zoned to agricultural development district. The site is accessible from Platteview Road via a permanent access easement. With this plat, the applicant is dedicating 25 feet of right-of-way along the frontage of the lot. Water is provided by a community water well on Lot 2, and easements are in place for Lot 1 to access the existing well. The property is outside of the Sarpy Sewer Agency Urban Reserve Zone, so a new septic system can and will be need to be built for any proposed residence. Necessary permits will need to be applied for as well. Staff has advised the applicant that the existing horse stable on Lot 2 can continue as it is an allowed use in the agricultural development zone. Staff recommends approval of a rezoning from agricultural farming district to agricultural development district and agricultural residential district on the property described in Resolution 2022-2223 for the subdivision to be known as Lot 1 and Lot 2 Big Sky Acres. Staff also recommends approval of a preliminary and final plat of the subdivision to be known as Lots 1 and 2 Big Sky Acre. Staff makes these recommendations subject to the comments and attachments in the Planning Department recommendation report, as the request is consistent with the comprehensive plan and meets the Sarpy County zoning regulations. Let me know if you have any questions.
Questions? Are the applicants here? Do you want to address the board? You don't have to. You're happy? So far, so good? Okay. Anybody else want to address the board? No? Okay, then I'm going to close down the hearing, and we'll go through these one at a time, starting with 5.1, Resolution 223.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Discussion?
Jason, you said this is outside of the sewer agency?
Yes, it's in the rural development zone.
Thanks, that's all I had.
Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, 5.2 is Resolution 224, preliminary plat.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Please vote.
Commissioner Mixon, are you voting?
Well, I hope so.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
5.3 is Resolution 225, the final plat.
Approved.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you, applicants. Good luck. On the regular agenda, 6.1, we only have one item. It's item Resolution 220 to revise the existing cash reserve policy as a budgetary reserve policy with a targeted minimum budget reserve for the county as 2 months, which is 16.7% of adjusted operating expenses. Bill Conley, CFO.
Good afternoon. As stated in the resolution, this item would modify our existing cash reserve policy to what's called a budgetary reserve policy. And it does a couple things. I know I've talked to you about this. We have a white paper on it. It simplifies the calculation, and it really aligns it with the GFOA best practice guideline that a number of counties, a lot of counties around the nation have. Really, the bulk of our governmental activities are in 3 funds: the general fund, which is the largest, Public Works, and E911. And so this policy will state that we have a targeted budget reserve of 2 months of operating expenses in those 3 funds when you back out transfers and capital expenditures. It's that easy. The previous calculation was pretty complex, and so I'd open it up for any questions you have on this proposed modification.
Questions for Bill? Motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Klug, second by Mixon. Comments? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carries.
Okay, discussion item, Juvenile Justice Center report. Tammy Steensma, Juvenile Justice Center Director.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
So for my report for July, we did have 23 bookings and 20 admissions. Our average daily population was 9. Average length of stay was 14. We had 90 in our truancy and care program, 0 in our alternative school. As you know, we just ran the 2 weeks of summer school in June and then already started back up this month, and 14 youth in our summer reporting center for July. And you can obviously see that increase from the beginning of the year. Our medical assessments, we had 105. So out of 20 youth, 105 assessments. So definitely a lot of medical issues. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we were dealing with in July. We did have 1 pregnant youth. We had 2 that had seizure disorders and 1 with a heart condition. Of the 20 youth, 18 were on medication and 11 were on psych meds for a total of 43 different type meds. So almost 4 meds per youth there. And do want to highlight that we added Cedar County up here in the very northern part of the state. So we did jump up in our counties that we have been able to serve. As you can see, we had kind of a variety of different youth from various locations this month. And then just wanted to highlight some of the things that we did during the summer. We have such a great partnership with the Douglas County 4-H, and this is all free, and they will send their employees to us. And so we did a 4-H Mars base camp, building bridges, microbiology. So definitely a learning experience for all the youth and during the summer months. I will have, since this is our July report, I will have our report for next month for our Back to School Bash. I do want to thank Commissioners Kelly and Commissioners Burmeister for attending the Back to School Bash. I can say that we had over 100 people in attendance, and we are teetering on almost 150 backpacks that were distributed. So as a school has still continued to start, we're still distributing our backpacks. I know we did give out over 2,000 type of donations between our clothing closet and all of our school supplies. So one of our most successful Back to School Bashes to date, and the hottest as well.
Definitely.
Say,
the
could
hottest.
you temperature
I don't
a
think
little-
every year it's the same.
So glad I wear that sport coat.
Right?
It's like 105. It was really warm, but everybody had fun.
Everybody had fun.
It was good. So
Any questions?
And this may not be the place, but I'm understanding there may be some change in the way Douglas County is going to work with us in accepting youth going forward?
Correct, only because they're going to be moving into their new facility in '23, and so they probably will not have as many beds in their secure facility for us as we have always been able to access in the past. So they will try their best to work with us, but of course their Douglas County youth need to come first, and they are decreasing their bed space significantly. So that's something that we'll need to, revisit, especially as we look at possibly adding on to the Juvenile Justice Center and a secure wing there. Do we look at Lancaster County and Madison County, which of course is a transportation issue too, requiring the sheriff's office to assist, and I'm assuming some overtime issues.
I don't want to play tit for tat, but I think we should probably look at our, as far as prisoners coming from north of the border to south as well.
Correct. I think we have some bargaining tools there.
Yeah.
The enclosure thing, is that all done? I didn't
Yes.
think to ask about it. When I
Oh,
was
yes, we
down
should have taken you there when you were down there,
there.
Commissioner.
It's working out really well so far?
Everything's gone really well. So it's not completely enclosed, as you know, but we do have the 4-foot angled fence, which is definitely a deterrent.
And how's your staffing?
Good, we are hiring 3 this week and next week. I am still down 2 staff. So it's been a struggle. It's difficult when you can make money elsewhere in the area, especially if you're looking at corrections. But we're trying to do what we can to hire the best possible people as well.
And then finally, I met with some folks from Bellevue University, and they're starting a mental health program, a certification program. I linked them up with Joe for the adult, but it might be something you might reach out to Joe or Jake Betsworth and see if we can plug them into the juvenile side too, because
Absolutely.
I think they're looking for interns, and that's always great to bring in young people, and especially in an intern relationship. So,
Exactly. I would agree. I'll reach out to both of them.
all right, awesome.
Okay.
Any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Community Corrections Report, Jake Burse, Community Corrections Director.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Glasses on. All right. Here are our numbers for the month of July. We had 5 new placements on house arrest last month. We did not have any new placements on work release or RAP. Pretrial numbers, we had 33 new offenders, 1 in CAS, 1 in ODO, 233 total participants on the program. Down here you can see how that bumped our year-to-date numbers, 268 placements thus far, almost 500 total program participants. Our screening numbers really took a big jump, which I'll reflect here in the next page here. Over 40,000 jail beds saved at a savings of about $5.5 million. Here are our stats thus far, starting from the beginning of the year. I mentioned a little bit in the last meeting some of the changes to how first appearance court is run, kind of in the wake of one of our county court judges retiring, has really resulted in us being able to screen a larger number of offenders. As I'm sure Ryan's report will probably reflect, the jail numbers starting to creep back up, so there's also more people to see. Our electronic monitoring numbers, our alcohol monitoring numbers have kind of steadily been decreasing. In the next graph, the pie of kind of the charges that we've been seeing, our alcohol number has gone down. Our GPS monitoring numbers seem to hover around high 60s, low 70s. So here, this kind of broke down the charges that we're supervising. Alcohol usually makes up somewhere around 19 to 20% of what we're supervising. Right now it's down to 16. This number, the crimes against persons, those are your assaults, your protection order violations, things like that, those numbers have slowly been going up. So that is all I have for you. Any questions? Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jake, are those new glasses or
Are they what?
new glasses?
No, in fact, Dan accused me one time of just wearing them so I'd look smart, but I don't even think we do that. So, no,
I was just going to
That
tell
was
you.
Brian McCoy.
these eyes are getting old. So.
I used to wear my glasses like that, then I started forgetting where my glasses were.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No, I've done that. I've looked around the house for them with them on top of my head. So.
thank you. All right, that brings us up to item 8.1, which is executive session.
No, for the protection of the public, I move that we go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining.
Second.
Motion by Burmeister, second by Klug, to go into executive session. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none.
Is this a standard one, or do you need me in here? I can make sure the door's locked.
No, I can,
Oh, wait a minute.
we're not a meeting,
It
right?
has to be unlocked at this time, right? Because it's a public one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You're good to go, Don.
All right. It's now 4:28 at 3:25. We're in executive session where our discussion was restricted to collective bargaining. Need a motion that we return to the regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mixon, second by Klug. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none. Okay.
Okay. All agenda items have been addressed as posed. The Board of Commissioners is adjourned. I'm going to go into the Board of Corrections now.
Give me 1 minute here.
You ready, Deb?
Give me one little bit here, just a minute here. Okay, and Don, you were absent the last one, just for FYI.
July 19th?
Yeah.
Don was.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're ready, go ahead.
Welcome to the Board of Corrections meeting. Today's the 23rd of August. It's 4:29. We have all 5 commissioners present, our county clerk and our county administrator as well. Nebraska open meeting rules are on the north wall. We'll hold the meeting in accordance with those. Item 3.1 is minutes from our last meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 4, abstain Kelly.
Okay, and the regular agenda, the first thing we have is our corrections report. Ryan Marr, Corrections Director.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Try to make this brief for you.
You're a good man.
And I'll just go ahead and announce 4.2, which is our correctional center update, also will be given by Ryan. So you got the mic.
Okay. So just a couple of things to note on the Board of Corrections report. Our admissions and releases, you see, they're kind of creeping up to pre-COVID levels, so things are getting back to kind of normal. Just scooch down here real quick, and you can see our July admissions, about 70% of those are felonies, about 28%, 30% misdemeanor admissions for inmate gender composition. This is where we're kind of seeing a little bit of a change. Normally, we're about 85% male, 15% female, and you can see our female population has increased quite a bit, up there to about 22% of our population.
Did we open a bay for them?
We do have an additional bay that we're using, yeah.
So it's a non-secure, like, dorm bay?
No, it's a bay. We're using J1, J2, and F1
Okay.
to house our women right now.
So total capacity?
Our total capacity for female beds, including J1, I think about 22. We got about 31 women right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So ADP, you can see that in July we climbed up to 151. Our count this morning in the jail was 164. I still, the projection for January 2023 was 225 inmates. I think we're going to be well below that, which is good news for us as far as getting into the new facility. And then just multiple admissions, about 20% of our population in July are repeat offenders. So that's another issue that we really need to target with our multidisciplinary teams, our reentry coordinators, to make sure that we're doing everything to keep people from returning back into our custody. So any questions about the Board of Corrections report? And if not, I'll skip over to the...
In the new facility, what will be the capacity for females?
Off the top of my head, I know that the general population is 56 beds.
Okay.
Then I think we've got 18 maximum, and then another 8 to 12 up there on the third floor.
So when we receive inmates from other counties, is that done through interlocal agreements and
Yes.
fees are established
Yes.
and all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
Right
I
now-
thought, but
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, we're just holding Douglas County
All right.
inmates. We don't have any other inmates from other counties
Okay.
in their facility. So with the new Sarpy County Correctional Center, about 80% of the construction is complete. We're less than 5 months from substantial completion, which is when we'll start working and training in the facility. I was hoping that we'd be able to get in there in November, December and start training, but that's unlikely. Right now, really can't anticipate until we get in there the length of time it's going to take to get to do a building orientation, to do our emergency training and testing all the mechanical systems. So that's going to be kind of as we go decisions, and I'll keep you all informed on that. The concrete work, the paving should be completed, or there should be a pour tomorrow out in front of this courthouse. Once they get that parking area paved, then they're going to stage equipment that they have on the south side of the building on that concrete, and then you'll start seeing the landscaping going around 370 on the south side of the facility. So all that stuff that needs to get planted in the fall, they'll start planting that. So any questions about anything? I know we're going to see the new facility in October, and
Is this still considered right on schedule?
yes, it is. Yeah.
And then, any plans for, I don't know, if you have a grand opening?
So again, that's going to be kind of dependent on, when we can occupy, when we can take over the building and operate it. So those are things that we'll definitely consider and work with the Board of Commissioners on, as far as VIPs, tours of the facility, et cetera. But we've been thinking it over.
And staffing right now is?
So staffing, about nearly 1/3 of our target there. We've got 20 more vacancies to fill.
And how's that going?
So we're doing okay. We did 2 classes, and we ended up with a little bit less than I had hoped for. We got a class starting Monday with 5 officers. We just put a class into the jail training officer program this past Monday. So, we're hoping that we don't have to do more than 3 pre-service classes between now and getting into the facility. But if we get 20, I believe we'll be able to get in there.
Okay. Any questions for Ryan?
Okay.
I would just add it under the construction process here that we haven't released the bid to knock that jail down yet. We're trying to time multiple things, but one of the first dominoes is September 12th. If you haven't walked back here, they're almost done with the admin remodel. Beth's going to give us a chart with the office assignments, so you know where to go here. September 12th, Mary East Annex vacated, and late September, we plan on knocking that down. That East Annex in here. Everybody will be over here. Jake's coming over to juvenile probation. September 12th will be vacated there. Within a few weeks, knock that down. And then we'll follow up with the RFP for knocking your jail down, because that's all part of the plan.
Just for the commissioner's benefit, met with Ryan and some folks from, were they DLR?
DLR, yes.
Yeah, we were looking at the facade and some options, so, I don't know, we haven't really, I asked for 3 different COAs for the board to review. And,
So did you happen to talk about the screening of the HVAC systems?
There was a what?
The additional screening of the HVAC systems?
Oh, yeah, well, we
On the
didn't,
roof,
we
yeah.
didn't talk about that, but I met with the guy from J.E. Dunn and he said that they were working that. So.
Yeah,
They're still working on options.
Yeah, there's some issues. I got a meeting with Brian Richards later this week, I think. He wanted to meet and said, this is not as easy as it seems.
But it's something we
Complex.
have to do.
Yep.
But anyways, they're going to give us 3 options to look at as a board. If one was I wanted was a more literal
Representative of the
like a
county
mural.
history.
And then there was like some abstract and relief kind of it's a pretty prominent corner. So we want something nice. The question came up, and I'm referring this to you, Dan, is that somebody said we can't put a sign out on the property that says Sarpy County Courthouse Complex. Is that true?
It has limitations, and let me say, that's not true.
Okay.
You don't have to follow zoning regulations. Pavilion can't stop you. You didn't even need a building permit for this by law.
Yeah,
Now, we
it's
tried to
not a
cooperate
highway
with them.
right-of-way thing, it's just a zoning thing?
Yeah, they've got signed budgets and they're overlaid, but that's, yes, you can put in there what you want to put in.
Okay, because I think not only do we want a nice sign out there that identifies the campus, but I think we want one down at 1102.
Well,
as
Beth's
well.
got this
Sure.
master sign plan, we're getting ready to bring a contract up that includes that.
Okay, because
And 1102.
Commissioner Berman.
No, she just did this site. I'm
asked
sorry,
me
not
about that.
Yeah, 1102 is not in,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
in
yeah.
this current
No,
plan.
she briefed me early in the week, she's finalizing that contract. It'll be up, and I've asked for a sign on that corner, so. They'll tell J.E. Dunn no, but they know they can't tell us no.
Okay, and then, I don't know, the longer the meeting went, the more dollar signs started rolling in my head here. I'm going like, oh, I don't know, maybe let's just paint it a nice color. We'll be good with that. We'll see, though. We'll see, okay? We'll
Hopefully it's
take a look at
reasonable.
it. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you all. Thanks.
All right, all agenda items have been addressed as published. The Board of Corrections is adjourned.